Thank you. Maybe. Yeah. Go figure, the thing I had open decided to close. That's rude. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Bring me all of your dreams, you dreamer. Bring me all of your heart's melodies, that I may wrap them up in a blue cloud cloth, away from the too rough fingers of the world. I learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up as you slip away. So I've got nothing to spare. No, I've got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to see, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong. But every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you when you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving when you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around? Do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, Do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound? On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. Waving through a window, I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. Waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving, waving? Whoa. Thank you. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect child, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind and the sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? See the light as it shines on the sea, it's blinding, and no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. Will I cross that line? The light where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go. There are two men out, and it's in the ninth, and the score is 4-3. There's a man on first, and a man at bat, and the man at bat is me. And I'm sorta scared And I'm sorta proud, and I'm stronger than I seem. And I take a swing, and my dad is there, and it's what you'd call a dream. For the ball flies in the sun, and it sails off as I run. The crowd is roaring, cheering as I go. So are all the guys on the team. And I run for home, and we win the game. And it's what you'd call a dream. And the sun shines like diamonds. The summer sun shines like diamonds. The summer sun high in a baseball sky shines like diamonds. And the sun shines like diamonds. There are two men out, and it's in the ninth, and the score is 4-3. There's a man on first, and a man at bat, and the man at bat is me. And it's what you'd call a dream. Thank you, thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome to this wonderful concert. Big, huge thanks to Miss Katie Wynkoop. Please give her another round of applause. She's absolutely stellar. We're very excited to present this to you. We've been working on it for about three months now. In my mind, about a year. At least it's been about a year since Sherry and Katie approached me to do something here. I've been singing at Covenant for the last 2 years. I think we're coming on 2 years this December. And I'm very thrilled and happy to be able to share a bit of what goes on in my mind with you. It's been a while since I've done a recital or a concert or anything like this, so it's very exciting. That poem you heard at the beginning was Dreams by Langston Hughes. There's going to be a couple more poems throughout to kind of help tie things in. This is about the human experience, the human condition, how all of us are brought together by the common things that we go through in our lives. So I hope you feel that, and I hope you are touched before you leave. There is a donation that is being taken if you feel so inclined. There are plates towards the back and also out this entrance. If you have cash, cash is good. If you have check, that works too. We accept anything here. Checks, if you want to write a check, can be made out to Covenant Presbyterian Church. Just put in the memo line either Brian Gray Concert or Operation Homefront. That's who this is being taken up for. Information about them is in your program. And if you're like me and you don't carry cash or checks, you can make a donation on their website. The address is in your program. So next here is an excerpt from Dear Blank by Danica Kelly. I am not land or timber, nor are you, ocean or celestial body, but rather we are the small animals we have always been. The land and the sea know each other at the threshold where they meet, as we know something of one another, having shown at different times some bit of flesh, some feeling. We call the showing knowing instead of practice. We seem to say at different times, a feeling comes. What is a metaphor for two animals sharing the same space? Marriage? We share a practice, you and I, a series of postures. I flashed a playbill from that Sondheim show, still too present in my mind. You asked if I'd just seen that Sondheim show, and didn't I love it? And isn't it encouraging that love can be blind? I laughed and said one hates that leading character in proportion to how desperately they've shown their own need. I said, I really loathe that character. And you graciously agreed. You know, I don't do this, sitting in bars. It must show as I stumble through this, bearing my past and cataloging scars. Opening to you, not something that I normally would do. Sure, the alcohol and smokescreen make it easier. Drink by drink, flirt by flirt, vertical mile by mile, climbing through the rocks and the dirt to the top of a hope and the brink of a hurt. Still I'm heartened by your smile. Or is it just the smile you bestow on anyone who reflects you golden in his eyes? Was a hint of promise in that smile, or simply common courtesy, platonic curiosity, all that there will ever be? Were you really seeing me, possibly admiring my style, feeling some connection? Or were you merely mesmerized by your own adored reflection? You're too young. I'm too old. Ugh, who knows? Maybe I'm not. You're too beautiful. I'm too plain. It's impossible. It's a joke. But somehow while we spoke, I forgot. Did I say the right thing? Was I clever or was I crude? Should I have stuck with the disinterested, polite thing? Was I forward to the point of being rude? When I suddenly grew shy, did my charm trickle dry, or did you find my shyness charming? When I handed you my card, was it alarming or delightfully disarming? I can't guess. When I bolted for the door, did I leave you wanting more or wishing I'd monopolized you less? I stayed as long as I could stall. And now I'm home again, already trying far too hard not to wait for you to find my card and call. You're a song, you are the day's curious display of endless possibilities. You have the moon's peculiar ability of persuading the cantankerous and contrary to rise up and be the extraordinary. You are wonderful, you. Nobody else is gonna do. I am set on wonderful you. Nobody else is gonna do. I am set on wonderful you. You're a cloud, you are the sky, without a place to hide. Your elevated limitlessness. How did you confiscate foreverness? You're under public investigation, and you're everybody's private fascination. You are wonderful, you. Nobody else is gonna do. I am set on wonderful you. Nobody else is gonna do. I am set on wonderful you. You always say that life is good, but I know you keep the little hurts inside. Oh, and I know the law of gravity pulls everybody down. Still I can't help wonder why your feet don't touch the ground. You're positively charming. There's no need to disarm me, for everyone agrees. What we see in you, no comparisons will do. With a very wonderful you, nobody else is gonna do. I am set on wonderful you. Nobody else is gonna do. I am set on wonderful you. Nobody else, no one else will do. Nobody else is gonna do. I am set on wonderful you. Thank you. I made a list of everything that's gone on between you and me, and even an idiot like me could see. No matter how you add it up, when you read the bottom line, the fault was usually mine. The stupid things I've said and done, if I could change just even one, the thing I'd say would be, Laura, Laura, I'm so sorry. It's become my trade in stock to always jump from rock to rock, chasing fantasies that don't come true. I was happy just to coast, but it's me who needed you the most. Of course, that's something I could never own up to. I wanna look you in the face to say what I never had the grace to say when you were still with me. Laura, Laura, I'm so sorry for everything I put you through and everything I can't undo. Please accept this small apology. Oh, Laura, Laura, sweet, sweet Laura, 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 for letting you down, for letting you go. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Stayed open this time. Exciting. Excerpt from Of History and Hope by Miller Williams. Who were many people coming together cannot become one people falling apart. Who dreamed for every child an even chance cannot let luck turn doorknobs or not. Whose law was never so much of the hand as the head cannot let chaos make its way to the heart. Who have seen learning struggle from teacher to child cannot let ignorance spread itself like rot. We know what we have done and what we have said, and how we have grown degree by slow degree, believing ourselves toward all we have tried to become, just and compassionate, equal, able, and free. All this in the hands of children, eyes already set on a land we can never visit. It isn't there yet, but looking through their eyes, we can see what our long gift to them may come to be. If we can truly remember, they will never forget. Yes, I need you, and I love you, but oh, the water's wide. Oh, yes, I am trying to get there, to battle the tide, build a bridge, come to shore, build a bridge, this I've heard before. I'll be coming. I am trying to get there, to battle the water. Build a bridge, come to shore, build a bridge. This I've heard, how I have heard so many times, for so many years gone by. Yes, I need you, and I love you, but oh, the water's wide. Oh, yes, I am trying to get there, to battle the tide. Oh, yes. I know. Feel free to sing along if you know it. Or anyone else. Theodosia writes me a letter every day. I'm keeping her bed warm while her husband is away. He's on the British side in Georgia. He's trying to keep the colonies in line. Well, he can keep all of Georgia. Theodosia, she's mine. Love doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep loving anyway. We laugh and we cry and we break and we make the mistakes. And if there's a reason I'm by your side when so many have tried, then I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. My grandfather was a fire and brimstone preacher, but there are things that the homilies and hymns won't teach ya. My mother was a genius. My father commanded respect. When they died, they left no instructions, just a legacy to protect. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep living anyway. We cry and we fall and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason I'm still alive when everyone who loves me has died, then I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. I am the one thing in life I can control. I am inimitable, I am an original. Oh, I am not running behind or running late. I'm not standing still, I am lying in wait. Hamilton faces an endless uphill climb. He has something to prove, he has nothing to lose. Ooh, Hamilton's pace is relentless, he wastes no time. What is it like in his shoes? Hamilton doesn't hesitate. He exhibits no restraint. He takes and he takes and he takes, and he keeps winning anyway. He changes the game, he plays and he raises the stakes. And if there's a reason he seems to thrive when so few survive, then goddamn it, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. And we rise and we fall. And if there's a reason I'm still alive when everyone loves me has died, then I'm willing to wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Thank you. The saxophone across the hall screams for harmony. Another voice, a counterpoint, some company. Sing those blues, lonely saxophone. I'll try to give you what you need. Sing those blues, lonely saxophone. I'll try to give you what you need. The derelict flags down the cars on the Bowery, with a dirty rag and his paper bag for company. Oh, sing those blues, brother, down and out. I'll try to give you what you need. Sing those blues, brother, down and out. I'll try to give you what you need. If you tell yourself you're satisfied, then nothing better will be found. But when it grows so dark that you howl for the moon, well, at least it gets your eyes up off the ground. Love, I don't need my windshield cleaned. You can have it all for free. Another voice, a counterpoint, some company, but sing those blues, will you anyway? 'Cause I can't give you what you need. Sing those blues with me. Take my hand and we'll go look for what we need. Heaven, heaven is the place where happiness is everywhere. Animals and birds sing, as does everything. To each stone, how do you do? Stone answers back, well, and you. Heaven, heaven is the place where happiness is everywhere. 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 Everywhere. Heaven, heaven. Well, that's one way that we think it goes. But it truly is the great unknown. We read stories from those who have stood at that edge. We read scriptures and dogma that tells us what awaits on the other side. We hear from some who claim to talk to those who have passed on, and it all tosses and turns and tumbles in our own minds, creating personal fantasies, ideas, and understandings. So what is it like? What really happens at our epilogue? I saw the moon in the morning. I felt the water on dry land. I saw the moon in the morning. I found the river in the sand. And the walls shook, and they fell, and I heard the shattering, and I heard the roar of the devil climbing out of hell. And the air itself was battering the windows, and the door flew open, and my books crashed to the floor. And it was like a miracle of fish. And it was like a miracle of fish and flowers covering up the chaos of my cell. But I could not trust my feet because the ground was weird and incomplete. And so I stood still, stood still. I said, I am the way, I am the way, I am the way, I will be free. I am the way, I am the way, I am the way, I will be free. I am the way, I am the way, I am the way, I will be free. It doesn't matter where I put my head to bed. It doesn't matter where I put my head to bed. I am here. I am free. I am the way, I am the way, I am the way, I will be free. I am the way, I am the way, I am the way, I will be free. Is it warm? Is it soft against your face? Do you feel a kind of grace inside the breeze. Will there be trees? Is there light? Does it hover all around? Does it shine from all around? Or just from you? Is it endless and empty and you wander on your own? Slowly forget about the folks that you have known. Or does rising bread fill up the air from open kitchens everywhere? Familiar faces far as you can see, like a family. Do we live? Is it like a little town? Do we get to look back down at who we know? Are we above? Are we everywhere? Are we anywhere at all? Do we hear a trumpet call us and we're by your side? Will I want, will I wish for all the things I should have done? Longing to finish what I've only just begun. Or has a shining truth been waiting there for all the questions everywhere? In a world of wondering, suddenly you know. And you will always know. Will my mama be there waiting for me, smiling like the way she does, and holding out her arms, and she calls my name? She will hold me just the same. Only heaven knows how glory goes, what each of us was meant to be. In the starlight, that is what we are. I can see so far. Thank you so much. Lost a bit of it there at the end. This isn't the end of the program. It is the end in your program, but the next little bit is what I called an exhortation, which my wonderful friend Adam is here. We kind of had this line in a show recently, so that's where that came from. An exhortation is usually a very forceful recommendation. This won't be as forceful, I promise. But before we finish up today, I just want to say a few thank yous to Covenant Presbyterian Church for allowing me to use this beautiful space to give this concert to you all. Thanks to all these composers who have written such great music, and I am blessed and thankful to be able to perform it and be able to sing it for you. To those who inspire me, this one's a little funny. I actually want to thank Andrew Levitt, or Nina West, as many people know him. He's a true talent in this town, and I admire everything that he does. I need to thank Janet Jackson because I absolutely adore her. She inspires me to do a lot of good. To my theater family and all the many families that I have made since I moved here over 8 years ago. To Katie Weinkoop for joining me on this journey. To Sherry Brooks for bringing me into the fold here. And then I've got my family up front here. Hey, y'all. Both of my parents, my parents just moved here back in May after 10 years in Oklahoma. And my sister and I have been living here. She's been here since 2005. When she transferred to Otterbein after I left. I came back in 2010, and now we're all together once again in the same city. I also have my Aunt Sue down from Amherst, Ohio. I'm happy to have her. And my love over there on the end, my Brian. It's great to have him here. Wrong one. So last little bit before we go. I wanted to read some words of encouragement from another one of my idols, I should say somebody I look up to greatly, President Obama, from his final address. It falls to each of us to be those anxious, jealous guardians of our democracy. Embrace the joyous task we have been given to continually try to improve this great nation of ours, because for all our outward differences, we in fact all share the same proud type. The most important office in a democracy, citizen. So you see, that's what our democracy demands. It needs you, not just when there's an election, not just when your own narrow interest is at stake, but over the full span of a lifetime. So in my own words, please, in your lifetime, dare to dream, dare to love, dare to hope. Dare to be human. Dare while you still have time. What is time? Is it the autumn leaves that change? Or the snow that floats from the sky? What is time? Is it the air we breathe? Or the wings that teach a newborn bird to fly? Who can tell? I don't know. Will we change? Will we grow? What is time? Is it eternity in heaven, or just a hope for peace on earth? Where's the time? Gone in the blink of an eye, but with every blink, a birth. We live, we learn, we love in time. We give, we earn, we grow. in time. Time for change. It's time to care. It's not too late. Don't despair. Reach inside your heart to find the joy, the love to share with all mankind. For all we know. Oh, all we have is time. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Once again, if you are able, please make a donation to Operation Homefront. If you can't today, take your program with you and remember them as you come to holiday giving. They are a wonderful organization. There is some wonderful treats over in the fellowship hall. Some very wonderful people brought in some snacks for us to share. So please join us over there in a couple minutes. Thank you.